Beebear by Melanie Quire. In the beginning, there were paper and pencil projects with friends, fun playdates at the playground, actually socializing, and absolutely no COVID to ruin all our fun. What if there's a magical way to connect with our peers and teachers while still embracing the new normal that is technology? Well, now there is. Hi, my name is Melanie Quire. I'm in the seventh grade at Race My School. My invention is called Beebear. Beebear is an AI-powered app that helps students find their voice. It helps students with low emotional intelligence build their support systems and gamifies emotional intelligence boosting activities. Before Beebear, some students are facing stress, shyness, anxiety, depression, disengagement, and just an overall lack of confidence. Others are having a hard time connecting with their teachers. The most important part of the problem is that there are few outlets for these students to help cope with these challenges. This is a perfect time to talk about my journey. This project really means a lot to me, and it took 4 years of inspiration to make. When I was in third grade, I would have never guessed that my whole life was about to change. On March 13th, 2020, COVID-19 struck. I had no social interaction except my family and tiny virtual boxes that held my classmates and friends. My friend group slowly fell apart and I changed schools. I was starting over. By fifth grade, I was one of the shyest kids at my new middle school. Starting my third year at Racemore School, I decided it was time for a change. Beebear will have four main parts. Number one, an AI named Beebear that students can chat with and build confidence with before facing people in the real world. Number two, a teacher's page, so teachers and any other members of a student support group can always be in the loop of how a student is feeling. Number three, a journal page, so students can write down how they feel. Number four, finally, as the icing on the cake, an activities page. Here are the things that I thought of in order. First, I thought of the AI part of the app because I think it's important to be comfortable who you're talking to, whether it's an AI or a person. Then I thought about the activities page because it's a fun way to de-stress and I always play games in between homework assignments. Then I thoroughly searched the App Store to see if my project was made before. Unfortunately, it was. So I thought of some other features to make my project stand out from my competition. That's how the daily check-in, teachers, and journal pages are sparked. I worked with three expert consultants for this project, a UX designer, therapist, and a software engineer. On top of my research, I also interviewed anonymous students about this topic. I also focused on emotional intelligence for this project. Now, testing the app was a lot of trial and error. As you can see, when the AI doesn't know how to respond to a statement, I had to go back into the code and type in the inputs that I wanted the user to say and the outputs that I wanted the AI to say. This is the daily check-in page. It asks how you're feeling and it gives you 6 options. 5 of them are different emotions, and the last one is to skip. The emojis and colorful backgrounds are similar to social emotional learning techniques. This is the teacher's page. The teacher's page is basically a homepage for the teachers and other members of a student support group so that they can check in about how the student is feeling. They can also chat with the student, just like the AI. This project could potentially have a positive impact on 2.16 billion or 87.5% of kids around the globe, or kids who have a personal device. This app is important to me because I know it affects many people, including myself and the anonymous student interviewees I interviewed. I love Beebear and everything that it stands for. Thanks for watching. Bye.